está acá arriba. Oh, mira allá. Chum 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 chum.
Reserve, if you look over your head, you can see the animal spotting guide that has a list of all the animals that we are hoping to cross paths with today. Now, there are no guarantees as we are dealing with wild animals, and sometimes wild animals just happen to wander off. We're now entering the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, starting our adventure off in the Little Ituri Forest, home with some animals that are pretty good at camouflage. So we've got to keep our eyes peeled to see if there is anybody hiding out there. In the distance on your right is the Okapi. Also up ahead on our left we will see the greater kudu and the bongo.
The bongo.
The greater kudu is one of the tallest antelopes in Africa, standing at around 5 feet at the shoulders. Up ahead on your left, the bongo, a little bit darker in color, has very smooth, sleek horns pointed backwards, making it easier for them to sneak through the bushes without getting all caught up. The Okapi in the distance on your right may have looked like it was part zebra, but its closest relative is actually the giraffe. We can tell it's related to the giraffe due to the shape of its head, as well as its prehensile tongue. And if you have never heard that word before, prehensile just means that they can grab things with it, just like we can grab things with our prehensile fingers. Way off in the distance on your left is the black rhino. The black rhino is the smaller of the rhinos that live on the reserve. They can only grow to be about 3,000 pounds. Their horns are made out of keratin, which is the same stuff that makes up your hair and your fingernails. The pink-backed pelicans. There'll be a few more up ahead as well. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from a pink area that comes up on their back during the mating season. Their wingspans range anywhere between 6 and 9 feet in the adults. And there is a pelican precariously close to the road. Coming up on your left is the Nile hippopotamus. The Nile hippopotamus spends most of their time under the water. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes, and they'll even do that while they are sleeping. They'll hold their breath for 8 minutes, come back up for a gulp of air, then head back down without ever having to wake up. savanna. Savanna is greatly affected by the animals that live in the area. We're going to see that there aren't that many trees out there due to the elephants bulldozing their way through the trees. We're going to see a lot of patchy areas in the grass from the antelope eating up the grass. And we're going to see that there aren't that many leaves on the bottom half of the trees because the giraffe eat any of the leaves that they can eat.
No antelopes na para allá. Puede hacerlo once.
On your right is the springbok, one of the world's smallest antelopes. The springbok is capable of jumping up into the air 6 feet and forward 13 feet. This process of jumping up 6 forward 13 is known as pronking. Coming up on your right is the Ankole cattle, one of the only 2 domesticated animals that live on the reserve. Those big horns that they have are not completely solid. They have a honeycomb-like structure on the inside, and they run blood through that honeycomb-like structure to lower their body temperature, just like a big portable radiator. It's like somebody in the back decided to stand up when we're supposed to be sitting down. Somebody with the Donald Duck hat back there standing up. Thank you. Coming up on your right is the Hartman's Mountain zebra. Every zebra has a unique striping pattern. No 2 are exactly alike, just like we all have unique fingerprints. Baby zebras can recognize their own mothers just by looking at her stripes. Also on your left, it's a bit hard to tell right now, but there are some painted dogs inside of the cave up ahead on your left. Painted dogs on the left. Again, Donald Duck hat, we're standing up again. What's going on back there? You good? Thank you. Painted dogs are some of the most efficient hunters in the animal world, far more successful at hunting than any of the big cat species. They gather in groups of up to 15, led by the alpha mating pair, an alpha female and an alpha male. On our left, we're going to see a giraffe. If you get a good look at the spots on the giraffe, you'll see that their spots have a lot of rough, jagged edges. That tells us that it's a Maasai giraffe. The Maasai subspecies of giraffe. In the distance on your left are the sable antelopes. Sable antelopes get their name due to their reddish color. However, they get darker and browner as they get older. They have long horns pointed right back at their own bodies that will protect them from any predators that try to pounce on them. Prehensile means that they grab things with it, and that tongue can reach up to 18 inches in length.
Their body.
The giraffes stick their tongue out so often that they have developed a natural form of sun protection on it. It is believed that the purplish blackish color of the tongue will prevent it from getting sunburned.
Oh.
Another giraffe in the distance on your right, and coming up on our left, we will see the wildebeest. Quite a few wildebeest hiding in the bushes out here on your left. Wildebeest gather in groups as large as 1.5 million. And they can travel up to 1,000 miles during the migratory season. glimpse of an elephant up ahead on your right, but we'll probably be able to get a better view further up ahead.
No sé si lo cogí. Que yo creo que lo vamos a ver después. Mira, vuelvan a la otra.
On your right is the African elephant. If you manage to get a good look at the elephant's ears, you would see that the ears kind of look like the continent of Africa. That is one of the ways that we can visually identify them as the African elephant. Elephants generally gather together in a large family unit led by the matriarch, which is the oldest female. However, once the male elephant reaches a certain age, he will leave the family unit to live all by himself. Or they'll come together in what is scientifically referred to as a bachelor group. So if you ever see an elephant all by itself, like the one that we just saw, it's a pretty solid bet. You're looking at an adolescent male elephant. As we drive down this big open area coming up on our left, we are hoping to find some more elephants out there.
Míralo.
You probably see that all the elephants out there have been flapping their ears quite a bit. The reason that they flap their ears is because the backside of the ear is packed with blood vessels, and by flapping their ears, they fan off those blood vessels, lowering their body temperatures by as much as 15 degrees Fahrenheit. on your left, there are some cheetahs. There's one kind of just past the rocks. There's one a little bit behind us by that first tree in the distance. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world. They can run up to 60 miles per hour, but they can only hold that speed for a few hundred yards. If you get a good look at the cheetah's face, you can see a black line going from the inside of the eye to the outside of the mouth. That black line reduces the glare from the sun, making it easier for them to hunt during the day. There is at least 2 more cheetahs hiding up ahead on your left. Little baby. Just a moment, we will be reaching the Kopi Rocks. Kopi Rocks gather up a lot of heat from the sun, making them nice and warm. And if you have any pet cats at home, I'm sure you know how much your cat loves to sit in a nice warm spot. Just like the cats that we hope to find on the Kopi Rocks, known as the lion.
No lo veo. No están. Pues míralo. Charlie arriba.
Lions are a nocturnal species. They prefer to hunt at night, so when we see them during the day, they are usually resting. The female lion will be one that does most of the hunting, while the male stays at home protecting their territory and watching after any of the young ones. It's going to be pretty hard to see, but on your left there are some warthogs out there. In between the 2 trees all the way to the back. In between the 2 trees all the way to the back. There's 3 warthogs sleeping out there. They kind of look like hairy rocks.
No ves, Charlie.
Warthogs
¿Lo
are the
viste?
largest burrowing animals in Africa, known to recycle the burrows behind the making them all. Water buck and ostrich. The white rhino is the larger of the rhinos that live on the reserve. They can grow to be anywhere between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds. The ostrich out there is the largest bird in the world. Even though they can't fly, they still got those beaks. At the top of the hill on your left, you might already be able to see one. That is a Nigerian dwarf goat. We'll see some more as we make our way around the hill.